Now to our original series, Project Home. As fire ravages the state each year, more homeowners are at risk of losing their insurance. KPIX 5's Susie Steimel introduces us to homeowners struggling to find and maintain affordable rates.
When one loses something that one puts one's life into, is always sad.
As fire ravages the region,
I watched the home burn from a panoramic way across the way.
memories of the 1991 fire in the Oakland Hills come racing back to Al Fleischman.
Every one of those orange glows that you're looking at right now is a home on fire.
25 people died and nearly 3,500 homes were destroyed in what's often referred to as one of the most devastating urban wildfires in U.S. history.
We lost things. My wife lost letters from her dad. They'll never come again.
While Al made it out alive, he's never been able to outrun the repercussions of that fire.
What's it like to apply to insurance company after insurance company year after year?
Well, I have a list. I called about 40. It's a 2-page list from the California Department of Insurance of every insurance company that's licensed to do business.
You called all 40?
I called all 40.
Al has been dropped by 5 different insurance companies. They won't cover his home because he chose to rebuild in the fire zone.
Bay Bridge is straight ahead. I like it up here.
So it's worth it to you?
It's worth it to me. The prices, though, might be able to push me out.
He's now insured by Scottsdale, a non-admitted insurance company. Non-admitted meaning it's not licensed by the state of California, so the company can raise rates and is not held accountable by the state to make clients whole. His insurance this year went from $6,000 to $16,000.
And you were saying you think this is predatory.
I think it's very predatory.
Al is not alone. The Department of Insurance says 350,000 Californians have lost coverage. For those in the burned areas, non-renewals hit 10%.
What kind of pressure does that put on the insurance market when fire season starts up again?
Well, it's not helpful.
Amy Bach is the executive director of United Policyholders, an advocacy group that formed out of the ashes of the 91 fire. She says California's competitive insurance market is broken.
If people can't afford to insure their homes, the value of those homes plummets. And that's an economic problem that has a big ripple effect.
1 in 4 Californians live in what is considered to be an at-risk fire zone. And many people say they feel held hostage by this industry. They can't buy a home without a loan, but they can't qualify for a loan without insurance. And it's not just people living in the foothills.
Now, people all throughout Sonoma and more populated counties are getting these non-renewals, so what was a crunch definitely feels like it is now a crisis.
A majority of the 15 largest insurance companies lost money in 2018. Insurance companies paid out $18 billion in claims for the deadly 2017 fires and another $12 billion for the 2018 fires.
Is this a slow progression toward the inevitable and that people shouldn't be in these areas?
We don't have an exit strategy for people in these areas. We don't have an economic exit strategy to offer people to say, okay, you know, you're going to have to move. And so until we do, how can we tell people to walk away from their biggest asset? We just can't do that.
It's a broken system, now under fire. And every October, another disaster fans the flames.
People will just find a way to just not have insurance. And that's not healthy for anybody.
Insurance companies should not be allowed to do business in California if they cannot afford coverage to everyone.
So lawmakers are discussing additional protections for homeowners for next legislative session. Governor Newsom already addressed this issue earlier this year, saying that he would not block building in fire zones. He's been quoted saying there's something truly Californian about the wilderness and the wild pioneering spirit, so that's not something he was willing to touch.
A lot of people in the foothills, and I have some property up there, are losing their insurance.
Yeah.
It's not just down here in the Oakland Hills, it's
Yeah.
all over.
You were saying Tahoe.
Yeah, Lake Tahoe is very difficult to get any kind of fire insurance right now.
It's unbelievable, and it's hard for new homeowners too. So.
Yeah, it is. All right, Susie, thank you. Keep sending your stories, your ideas to Project Home at CBS.com, and you can see all of Susie's reports online at KPIX.com.